Hello, and thank you for watching. Today, I am honored to begin my service as our nation's 75th Postmaster General.
That's Louis DeJoy, a business executive, Trump megadonor, and the 75th United States Postmaster General, who, by the way, has absolutely no experience working in the Postal Service. DeJoy is the first person in nearly 2 decades to become a Postmaster General who was not selected from the Postal Service's ranks. But DeJoy was a shoo-in nonetheless. He was appointed by the Postal Service's Board of Governors, who have deep ties to the GOP and Mitch McConnell. DeJoy himself donated over $1.2 million to Trump's 2016 campaign and $1.3 million to the Republican Party. I'm PJ Evans, the writer of this show, and this is what's going on with the U.S. Postal Service, Trump, and DeJoy.
I guess I was an entrepreneur once when I first started. The rest of my life was implementing and operating my plan.
As a North Carolina businessman, DeJoy has significant investments in companies that compete or do business with the U.S. Postal Service, AKA USPS, including financial interests in private delivery competitors to the USPS, meaning he stands to benefit if the public service went private.
He's a fantastic man. He wants to make the post office great again.
DeJoy has already taken drastic measures to upend American democracy as the nation largely looks to vote by mail amid a global pandemic, which has killed nearly 200,000 Americans. Under DeJoy's leadership, the USPS has removed high-speed mail sorting machines from facilities, which would be used to sort ballots come November 3rd. One report says they planned to remove 502 mail sorting machines, or about 13% of its total inventory by September 30th, right before the election. As if that weren't enough, they've unbolted corner mailboxes, eliminated employee overtime, mandated that mail be kept until the next day if distribution centers are running behind, and as USA Today notes, DeJoy has also restructured the USPS by, quote, removing or reassigning nearly 24 agency leaders, including displacing the 2 top executives who oversaw day-to-day operations, unquote. He has also banned employees from making extra trips to deliver mail. DeJoy argues these drastic measures are meant to save the post office from further economic ruin, as the service has experienced cash shortages in recent years. However, critics point out that this financial crisis at the Postal Service is largely self-imposed by a law Congress passed in 2006, which mandated that the Postal Service pre-fund post-retirement healthcare costs for employees 75 years into the future to the tune of $72 billion. But one former game show host turned president of these United States doesn't seem to have that crucial fact on his radar.
It's run very badly. So we want to make sure that the post office runs properly and doesn't lose billions of dollars. Somebody said it lost $78 billion over a relatively short period of time.
Trump has been candid about his war on the post office. He's insisted that the USPS is a joke, and if they want coronavirus aid, they need to jack up the prices on packages, quote, by up to 4 times, unquote. He told Fox Business, quote, they need that money in order to have the post office work so it can take all of these millions and millions of ballots, adding, if they don't get the funds, that means you can't have universal mail-in voting because they're not equipped to have it, unquote. Trump has repeatedly claimed, without evidence, that mail ballots lead to widespread voter fraud. It's worth noting that he and Melania have requested mail-in ballots in Florida. It seems this claim of voter fraud is a disguise for his real push, though. Mark Diamondstein, the president of the American Postal Workers Union, explained the DeJoy and Trump agenda plainly. Quote, there's a White House agenda to privatize and sell off the public postal service, but there's too much approval for the organization right now. They want to separate the service from the people and then degrade it to the point where people aren't going to like it anymore, unquote. As it stands, the USPS is America's most popular government agency and is one of the country's oldest institutions. In fact, the USPS predates the Declaration of Independence and was formed in the year 1775. Over 90% of Americans want the USPS to receive renewed federal funding. But with the recent measures DeJoy is taking to sabotage the Postal Service, the public may sour on it. Nathan J. Robinson of Current Affairs notes, quote, the Trump administration does not have the power to unilaterally privatize the Postal Service, but what they can do is wreck it, so that people will use its service less, its revenue will drop further, and eventually a treasured public asset becomes worthless and is sold for scrap, unquote. By trying to put the USPS in a bad light, Trump and DeJoy are not only undermining America's democratic process, they are delaying mail-order medicine to our country's military veterans and elderly populations, causing them to miss doses of vital medication. To protect American democracy and lives, the USPS needs to function smoothly, especially during a pandemic, where the consequences are literally dire. Almost 200,000 Americans have lost their lives due to COVID-19. But this administration doesn't seem worried about stripping away vital resources to assure efficient and safe functionality within the United States Postal Service. It seems worried about only one thing: maintaining power by any means necessary. Since its founding in 1775, when Benjamin Franklin was appointed the first Postmaster General, the United States Postal Service has been just that, a service. The unofficial motto of the USPS, chiseled above the historic New York City Post Office on 33rd, reads, quote, "Neither rain nor snow nor heat nor gloom of night stays these couriers from the swift completion of their appointed rounds," unquote. DeJoy is doing everything in his power to make this mission that much harder. Recently, Louis DeJoy testified before the House about his apparent war on the United States Post Office.
Will you be bringing back any mail sorting machines that have been removed since you've become Postmaster General? Will any of those come back?
There's no intention to do that. They're not needed, sir.
So you will not bring back any processors?
They're not needed, sir.
Before that testimony, DeJoy released a statement, saying in part, "To avoid even the appearance of any impact on election mail, I am suspending these initiatives until after the election is concluded," unquote. Although DeJoy claims to be complying to avoid even the appearance of suppressing mail votes, reports are surfacing suggesting he isn't. According to one report, a day after making that statement, USPS instructed all maintenance managers to not reconnect or reinstall perfectly working sorting machines they had disconnected. No time like the present to dabble in voter suppression.
Hey, thanks for watching Who Is? Did you know we have a podcast now too? On Who Is, the podcast, I'll dive deep into the fascinating lives of the people who run things, whose decisions impact every aspect of our lives. How did they get where they are today? And knowing that, what might they do next? From politicians to the ultra-rich, to military contractors and monarchs and media moguls, I'll introduce you to the reporters and experts who know these real-life world molders best. Sharp-eyed observers and confidants who observe our subjects as they make the decisions that define our everyday lives. To see more, hit the link or search Who Is on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts. And for more of the video series you know and love, be sure to check out the Snapchat versions and our series playlists on YouTube and Facebook.